There's a reason the ancient Stoics believed in the importance of discernment. The world is filled with individuals who wear masks, pretending to be virtuous while hiding sinister intentions. If you fail to recognize the warning signs, you risk being manipulated, betrayed, or even destroyed. In today's world, where deception is an art, spotting an evil person is more than a skill. It's a necessity. Stay with me till the end, because what I'm about to share may save you from disastrous encounters. But before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to help our journey grow. Your support means everything. Now let's dive in. Number 1. They manipulate and deceive without guilt. The first sign of an evil person is their mastery of manipulation. They twist words, distort reality, and make you question your own judgment. The Stoics warned against allowing emotions to cloud reason, yet manipulators prey on feelings to control others. They gaslight, making you doubt what you saw, heard, or even experienced. A classic example is someone who constantly plays the victim, making you feel guilty for things you didn't do. Marcus Aurelius, in Meditations, reminds us to trust our reason over emotions. Yet manipulators make sure you feel too emotionally drained to think clearly. They lie effortlessly, convincing you that their wrongdoings are justified. Watch out for inconsistencies in their words and actions. If someone repeatedly says one thing but does another, they aren't just unreliable, they are deceptive. Evil people don't just lie. They create entire realities where they are always the hero and you are always the villain. A manipulator's greatest weapon is your trust. They gain it quickly, then use it against you. This is why Seneca warned, "He who trusts everyone is a fool, but he who trusts no one is wise." Learn to spot the red flags before you get trapped. Number 2, they enjoy the suffering of others. There's a difference between making a mistake and intentionally hurting others. Evil people derive pleasure from causing pain. Whether it's emotional, psychological, or even physical, they thrive on the suffering of others. The Stoics believed in justice, but these individuals lack any sense of morality. Have you ever met someone who smirks when others fail? Who spreads rumors just to ruin reputations? That's no accident. That's sadism. These people may not always act directly, but they manipulate situations to ensure others suffer while they remain in the shadows. Take the example of historical tyrants, leaders who ruled with cruelty, exploiting and oppressing for personal gain. But evil isn't always grand. Sometimes, it's in the friend who enjoys humiliating others in public or the boss who belittles employees just to feel powerful. The key takeaway? Pay attention to how people react to misfortune. If someone takes pleasure in watching others struggle, don't ignore it. As Epictetus said, it's not things that trouble us, but our judgments about things. Your ability to judge someone's character can protect you from their cruelty. Number 3, they lack empathy and morality. A person without empathy is dangerous. The Stoics taught that virtue is the foundation of a good life, but evil people are devoid of virtue. They have no remorse, no guilt, and no conscience. Their actions serve only themselves. Think about the worst betrayals in history: Judas selling out Jesus, Brutus stabbing Caesar. These acts weren't just about power. They revealed a complete lack of empathy. Similarly, in everyday life, evil people will betray you without hesitation if it benefits them. They justify their actions with excuses like, "It's just business," or "I had no choice." But in reality, they know exactly what they're doing. If you notice someone consistently acting without regard for others, lying, stealing, cheating without blinking an eye, it's a red flag. Seneca reminds us that a good character is the only guarantee of everlasting, carefree happiness. But an evil person finds happiness in destruction. When you see someone who lacks a moral compass, distance yourself immediately. Number 4, they are masters of control and isolation. Evil people don't just manipulate individuals, they control entire environments. One of their most common tactics is isolation. They cut their victims off from friends, family, and support systems, making them easier to dominate. Have you ever been in a relationship or friendship where the other person tried to separate you from loved ones? They might say, "They don't really care about you," or "I'm the only one who truly understands you." This is how control begins. History is full of figures who isolated their victims to maintain power. Cult leaders, dictators, even narcissists in relationships use this strategy to keep control. Once you are alone, their influence becomes absolute. The Stoics believed in self-sufficiency, but never isolation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A person's worth is measured by the worth of what they value." If someone values only control, they are dangerous. Surround yourself with people who encourage your independence, not those who seek to own you. Number 5, they disguise their true nature. Perhaps the most terrifying trait of an evil person is their ability to blend in. They don't appear as monsters. They look like friends, mentors, even lovers. This is why so many fall victim to them. They study you, learn what you like, and become exactly what you need until you're trapped. This is why the Stoics valued wisdom above all else. As Epictetus said, if someone tries to influence you, consider whether their influence will make you better or worse. Evil people hide behind charm. They present themselves as generous, kind, even self-sacrificing, until the moment they no longer need you. Then their mask slips, and you see their true form. By then, it's often too late. So how do you protect yourself? Don't be blinded by appearances. Pay attention to patterns, not words. If someone's actions consistently harm others, believe what you see. Trust takes time, and wisdom demands patience. Number 6, they exploit your weaknesses for their gain. A truly evil person doesn't just observe your weaknesses. They use them as weapons against you. The Stoics believe that self-awareness is the key to personal strength. But evil individuals exploit what makes you vulnerable. Have you ever shared a personal struggle with someone, only to have them use it against you later? That's not an accident. It's calculated. They pretend to listen, but they're collecting ammunition. If you fear abandonment, they threaten to leave. If you crave approval, they manipulate you through guilt. Julius Caesar trusted Brutus, believing in their friendship, until Brutus betrayed him in the most public and brutal way possible. The lesson? Trust should never be given freely. As Seneca warned, to be deceived by our enemies is bad, but to be deceived by our friends is worse. In modern times, this can be a business partner who studies your weaknesses before cutting you out of the deal, a toxic relationship where your fears are used to control you, or even a so-called friend who subtly undermines your confidence. Pay attention. If someone constantly reminds you of your flaws instead of helping you grow, they aren't your ally. Number 7, they're addicted to power and control. Power reveals character. While some use it to uplift others, evil people use it to dominate and destroy. The Stoics viewed power as a responsibility, not a right. But those with dark intentions see power as a tool for personal gain. History is littered with tyrants who ruled through fear and destruction. Nero, Stalin, even modern corporate leaders who build empires by crushing others. But evil doesn't always operate on a grand scale. It can be the boss who humiliates employees, the partner who dictates every aspect of your life, or the friend who manipulates social circles to maintain dominance. Control isn't always obvious. Sometimes, it comes disguised as concern. I just want what's best for you. But what they really mean is, I want to control your choices. A person who truly cares will empower you, not make you dependent on them. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the measure of a man is how he treats those who are weaker than him. If someone uses power to oppress rather than uplift, they are not just untrustworthy. They are dangerous. Number 8, they have no true loyalty to anyone. One of the most telling signs of an evil person is their lack of loyalty. The Stoics believed that honor and integrity were the foundations of trust. But an evil person sees loyalty as an inconvenience. A disloyal person will turn on you the moment it benefits them. They will swear allegiance when it suits their needs, only to betray you when an opportunity arises. Look at figures like Benedict Arnold. Once a trusted general, he switched sides for personal gain. In everyday life, this can be seen in the co-worker who takes credit for your work, the friend who talks behind your back, or the partner who is only faithful when it's convenient. These individuals have no real attachments, only temporary alliances that serve their self-interest. Seneca put it best: loyalty is the proof of true friendship, but betrayal is the mark of a hollow soul. If someone consistently betrays others, they will eventually betray you. The only way to win against them is to never play their game. Number 9. They thrive on chaos and conflict. Evil people don't just tolerate chaos, they create it. They stir up drama, pit people against each other, and leave destruction in their wake. The Stoics believed in inner peace, but these individuals thrive in toxicity. Have you ever met someone who always seems to be at the center of problems? They spread rumors, twist words, and make sure conflicts never die. When peace is an option, they choose war. Why? Because chaos keeps them in control. Julius Caesar's enemies in the Senate didn't just oppose him. They sowed discord, manipulated alliances, and created an atmosphere of distrust that led to his assassination. Evil people know that when people are divided, they are easier to control. On a smaller scale, this can be a co-worker who gossips to turn colleagues against each other, a family member who keeps old conflicts alive, or a toxic friend who enjoys watching others suffer. As Epictetus wisely said, avoid those who delight in discord, for they will lead you away from reason. If someone enjoys destruction, distance yourself before you become their next victim. Number 10. They never take responsibility for their actions. Perhaps the most infuriating trait of an evil person is their refusal to take accountability. No matter what they do, it's never their fault. The Stoics believe that taking responsibility is the first step toward wisdom, but these individuals will never admit guilt. A person who refuses to own their mistakes will always shift blame. If they hurt you, it's because you were too sensitive. If they fail, it's because someone else sabotaged them. Their apologies are never real, only tools to manipulate others into forgiving them. Take the example of historical figures who committed atrocities yet justified them as necessary or not their fault. But evil isn't always distant. It can be seen in the friend who always plays the victim, the colleague who blames others for their mistakes, or the partner who refuses to acknowledge their wrongdoings. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The moment you recognize an accountability evader, understand that they will never change. The best course of action? Walk away. Evil people do not announce themselves. They hide behind charm, intelligence, and false virtue. But their patterns never change. They manipulate, betray, and destroy, all while pretending to be innocent. The Stoics believe that wisdom is the greatest defense against deception. If you recognize these red flags, you won't just protect yourself. You will ensure that your life remains in your control. Because in the end, the greatest power you can have is the ability to choose who you allow into your life. If this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support helps spread knowledge and wisdom. Stay vigilant, stay wise, and I'll see you in the next video.